essentially, I guess the easiest way to explain my role as implementation lead would be the bridge between sales and operations. So when we land a new client, our ethos is essentially to give that client the best possible service they deserve and they need. So I ensure that implementation with our talent team and also our other product offerings are first in class. And I think the way it got described to me when I was interviewing was you essentially need to be a Lamborghini sort of dealer with your white glove and go in and really give them that time they need and deserve. So I first met Leo, our CEO, in a coffee shop. On a daily basis, I used to go into Locke's coffee shop and I got introduced to Leo by Drew Locke. He one day said, look, I think you get on with this guy, it could be worth meeting him. So I dropped him a message on LinkedIn and instantly Leo got back to me and we had a coffee arranged for next day at lunch, where we sat down and Leo pitched me the original chapter 2 deck, sort of explaining what the chapter 2 proposition was. And that proposition being really sort of embedding this talent team within first-class organizations, at the same time also looking at this sort of content creation, this employer brand piece, the talent advertising model essentially. So when we land a client, we build out this incredible sort of first-class Formula One type team in terms of like quality. We put them in place, and then we've got all these other functions. So we've got LinkedIn expertise, we've got employer branding expertise, we've got content creation expertise. So how can that best work? And I think what we're looking at the minute with the Great Reshuffle is how you can get great inbound talent in, because everyone is being reached out to saying, hey, look, we've got this job opportunity, there's a new opening, would you like to come and join? People are moving, they're open. But how can our clients be seen as best in their sort of own markets and areas, so people want to join them? One thing I think we've got to remember about chapter 2, it's not a typical sort of like one size fits all model. We have our model in place, which we know works, and we've seen in all our sort of accounts and clients so far. But ultimately, when we land a client, it's a bespoke solution. So my role sort of going in, implementing our sort of model and way of working within that sort of talent acquisition team, looking at that content creation, the LinkedIn experts, the sort of personal branding to push out those sort of like job adverts or whatever it may be, is that I have to model myself obviously based within the culture of each and every account. So I'm currently in one of our larger accounts, and I've spent a lot of time sort of figuring out their culture, their purpose, their values, so I can align our strategy to that. And I'll have to do the same for every single account. I think that's really exciting, super exciting, but it's going to be a challenge in terms of sort of almost learning different cultures of many companies. I think that is across the board for all our employees, but especially myself, but really exciting for everyone that we get to experience different cultures and ultimately bring the best of those things back to C2 as well. So I think for me, one of the biggest things will be being indisposable in the accounts that I have touched and I've been involved with the implementation process of. So as implementation lead, my role is to essentially go in, implement our team, our technology, our processes, our strategy, with obviously the employer branding piece, the LinkedIn expert piece, but really ensuring that we're indisposable because we're so good, and the quality of what we provide is the quality of, as we said before, a Formula One team, like top tier. And as long as I can provide that to my teams and my accounts and clients, I think I'll be absolutely delighted. So I started my career post-university working at LinkedIn, so near 16,000 employees with structures and processes in place, and it was one of the the biggest and best learning curves of my whole entire life. Having left LinkedIn, I joined a small startup based down in Brighton, and it was fantastic down there. But 15 people from almost just over 15,000. I firstly, obviously at LinkedIn, learned that element of how a big company works and what it looks like. And at that sort of smaller startup, looked at how a small company runs and the day-to-day runnings of it as an operations lead. Coming into chapter 2, it really was quite special, because in my first day meeting people, meeting other colleagues, I should say, I really figured out that this had that spark that LinkedIn had on that first day. It really had that spark, but at the same time, it has that ability for you to influence the processes, what's going on at the minute, how the culture shape the values of our company, like it did at the smaller company that I was in with 15 people. But it's in that growth stage at the minute where everyone feels part of a big sort of team and a big family, and we're implementing our cultures and our values in a more structured way, rather than just walking in and feeling that culture and feeling those values. That's what it really sort of how I would describe it. It is fantastic at chapter 2, and it's been an incredible decision for me and a great journey so far. I'm 2 weeks in, but I've known Leo for 12 months, and I'm really looking forward to our future. I essentially believe the reason why our clients love what we do and love our services, and we have great relationships with our clients and accounts, is very much down to the model we have. So obviously, we're not just your typical talent solution that comes in, bums on seat, sits down, brings people in, and then gets booted out. What we want to do is create real sort of relationship building ability with that client stakeholders within that talent acquisition team. So our team go in, we bring our technology in, we understand the culture, we take time to appreciate the values that that company and that client has, whilst also looking at our sort of technology piece, which is looking at sort of like the tech, again, we bring in, as I mentioned, but also the LinkedIn experts we have, the employer branding experts we have, the people and culture sort of experts we have. That and that content creation piece brings great talent into our talent acquisition teams, which know the cultures, the values, the propositions of our client and our account, and therefore they can deliver great talent and results into that client. So essentially, I think there's 3 areas to this. So I believe there's the clients, the people, and the community. So in terms of the clients, in me as an individual, as implementation lead, I can go in, I can work with some of the biggest sort of enterprises in the world or in the UK, learn from them, deliver them value, feel growth in that account, but also personal growth at the same time. And off that sort of growth node, the people, as I said before, I think the people in chapter 2 are incredible. Leo has this ethos of hiring a Formula 1 team in a way, top class sort of like talent within the company. So everyone you come across sort of works hard, gets stuff done, but also wants to have fun. And I think finally the community piece. So chapter 2 have an ethos that wherever we will do business and whatever market we do business in, we will support to a community project. So we've just sort of implemented a South African team. So they will soon have an office out there as well in Joburg. And yeah, we're currently helping a charity called Rainbows and Smiles for children with cancer, and sort of delivering projects to help them like have nice meals out and have fun together, obviously going through an incredibly difficult time. So I think that element of sort of the client piece, the people, and the community and charitable giving, I think is incredible and builds an incredibly strong base foundation, bare bones to a great future. I think if you are interested about learning more about chapter 2 or potentially joining the team in the near future, I think at the minute it's a great opportunity to get in touch with any of us on LinkedIn, or drop us an email, which you can find on our website, just in regards to learning more, because the growth at the minute is so extraordinary that we are always looking for great talent to come into the team. yeah, so definitely get in touch. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation and tell you more about sort of like my journey into chapter 2 and why I left my previous company to come and join this journey and grow this chapter 2. And I guess you could call it sort of my second chapter and why I did that. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to chat to anyone. So having seen the initial chapter 2 pitch deck over 12 months ago, when it was a team of one, a team of solely Leo, now being in the team 12 months later, a team of over 50 people is genuinely incredible. And I'm delighted to be in the team, to see it grow, to help grow it now and be part of this journey. And every single one of us is, and that is really apparent within. So yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic.